Alrighty guys, good morning. It's Dave Santarelli from BreakingChartAlerts.com. It's Santarelli Trading Exchange. So guys, first off, doing this a little early. I think I want to start going live a little bit earlier, maybe 9:15, 9:20 each morning here. That way we could go over what we're looking at for the day, what we're expecting, any type of events or catalysts happening throughout the day, and anything we need to keep an eye on. So first off, let's start off with Disney here. One of the members just asked me about that on Zoom during the live stream here, and they said, what are we going to do? Are we going to sell Disney? Well, we have the Disney July 16th 185 call. We're going to have a nice profit on that likely today, and I'm really going to wait for that to hit that 187.50. She might get up there today. We'll see how it does the first half hour of the trading day here. I just want to see a break through that 185. If we break through that 185, we're going to be good on it. If it fails at that 185, we could get out of that trade for a minimal loss. But I think it's going to continue to climb. I'll be looking for anywhere between. Yesterday we had a 60% gain when it got up to that 185.73 area. So, just another $1.20 climb, and, we should have at least a 50% gain on that. So that's looking good, Disney. Let's take a look at another one of our trades, Apple. Apple's continuing that breakout, remember. Now, remember yesterday, guys, this is what's really important psychologically for you guys, okay? First off, let me see here who we got in the trade room. Okay, hold on. Ephraim's just sending out now the alerts that we're live. So before I go into this, I want to make sure we have everyone here because it's important stuff I want to talk about here. All right, while I'm waiting for some people to join us here after that was sent out here, let's go over this now here. So first off, Powell came out this morning. He said, Powell said, job markets are improving. There's a long way to go. Economy enjoying a strong economic recovery. The Fed's prepared to adjust policy if inflation continues to rise too much. So that was really good news there. There was that. And then Powell said banks at core of financial system remains resilient. Asset valuations up, but financial stability levels generally solid. Expects a strong recovery and a strong growth recovery over the coming months. So this is why we're expecting a continued breakout momentum in the cycle here. Now, if we continue to go down here, we can see Powell says household balance sheets are strong. Business borrowing has declined. Supply constraints tied to reopening are weighing on economy. And then down here, inflation will likely remain high in the coming months. Says more progress needed on recovery before tapering. So that was really good news that came out this morning. We're seeing a nice pop of the markets. And, yesterday we had a nice 20% gain on our Apple trade when we got up to that 147.50. So I'm going to be looking at probably around 150 to take profits on our Apple trade. Once we get up to that 150, I think we're going to have some really nice gains on that trade, and we could possibly look to take in some profits right there. So that's not going to be a bad one there. We could be certainly looking at Apple here to get up to that 150. Once we get up to that 150, we can look to take in some profits. We should have about a 50% gain at about 150. We'll lock in those profits there, and we'll continue to look at these other trades here.
22nd Century Group, X-Ray, India.
Okay, next one. Now we got Microsoft. Let's take a look at Microsoft. That one is one of our larger trades. That's one continuing to break out there. If we get up to 285, that's going to be a nice, we'll have some really nice profits on that. Probably close to about $3,000, $4,000 if we get up to that 285. I have the Microsoft July 30th 280 call. I got 10 contracts of that, probably for about a $7,000 trade. So I expect Microsoft to continue. It's looking great here. We got earnings coming up on Microsoft, and I really think that's going to continue to climb here. So with that being said, we're going to open up with some really nice profits. Our Microsoft trades in the green. Let's see, BIDU was heavily in the green this morning. Let's see what the heck BIDU's doing this morning. BIDU, that one's got another nice pop there. That one's up about, what, 1% there, $1.74. And that's looking like that's continuing to break out there. So, so we got to really look here and decide what it is that we want to do today. Do we want to come in and look and watch BIDU continue to get up to about 195 area? Or do we want to just continue to hold into earnings there? So that's one thing we got to decide about. BIDU, Microsoft here. I mean, that one's just continuing to break out. So we're going to have some nice gains on Microsoft. We've got about 4 minutes until opening bell. So Microsoft, I'm looking between 285, 290. If we go into earnings, I think we could easily have that $300 target hit, especially when Microsoft has over a 6% implied move from Wall Street from now until earnings. And then, like I said, Apple here. Apple's looking great, 148.17. I think we're going to see that 150 today or at least sometime this week here. So that one's not bad, and we're certainly going to be looking at locking in some profits on, let me see here. So we'll be looking to take in some profits on Apple, Microsoft once we hit those targets there. Let's see what Ford's doing here. Ford's getting a nice little pop there as well. That's not too bad. Let's see what Disney's doing. Disney's getting a nice climb there. Look at Disney still breaking higher here, guys. Big breakout on Disney, 185.16. That is looking pretty darn good there. If we could get up to that 187.50, we're probably going to have about 100% return. I'd lock it or in there. So Disney's at the highs of the days right now. We still got about 2 minutes until opening bell. Positions are looking great. Remember yesterday on Apple? I think it was Apple, yeah. So remember Apple got up to that 147.50 yesterday. I said, okay, that's acting as a little bit of resistance. We pulled back from there, but at the highs there, that Apple trade was up well over $2,000 for the day. It pulled back, and we're like, a lot of people said, oh, do we exit the trade? And I was telling you guys, because this is what's really important, is understanding the trade plan and being a disciplined trader. So if you guys remember this, and I want you to remember that, remember when I was talking about yesterday, guys, we're at new all-time highs here with Apple. So if we pull back a little bit from the highs, that's normal, I mean, stocks don't go up. They don't climb just every day, all day, and then at the highs of the day every day. So that's normal intraday volatility you're seeing on that stock. That's called price action. So when you're seeing it get all the way up to that 147.50 and then end up closing at 147.70 or wherever it was, 145.60, it's okay because we're still in that breakout momentum. We're still climbing and we're still going to our targets there. So always keep that in mind. Alrighty, guys, here we go. The day's just about getting ready to get started. So let's take a look and see what we could do here.
About 20 seconds until the open of the U.S. stock market.
Alrighty, guys, here we go. Here is the opening bell coming up here. I'm going to be watching Apple, Microsoft.
Stocks now open for trade. Good
Guys, we got a 32% gain on our Apple trade. Nice gains on Apple here, guys. There goes Apple, still on the climb.
Stocks opening at a pre-market high. S&P 500 futures up 0.4%, 43.79 last trade in S&P 500 futures.
They're talking about Apple now on CNBC there. All the things they got going for it. Alrighty, guys, I just sold out of Apple. Let's see what I sold out for. I sold out at 577. We got filled for here. We got out of Apple at 577. Out of Apple, 577 there. 577 was the exit on the Apple trade, guys. That was a 30-some% return. That was a really nice gain. We had 10 contracts out of Apple. Let me send that to the group here. That was a nice exit there on those Apple calls.
A number of stocks marking new 52-week highs today just at the open. Apple, Visa, Alexian.
Apple's still going.
November, Estee Lauder, ticker Echo Lima, Starbucks, Intuit, India November Tango Uniform, Adobe, Alpha Delta Bravo. Echo,
all right, there we go. There's that one there.
Bravo, and also Google, all making new 52-week highs right at the open.
There goes Apple, still climbing. Apple's at 615 now. You guys, when I send out this alert, you guys are going to get a much better fill here. Ephraim, you might want to send that out for 615 instead. 620. I don't want people putting in a limit order for 577.
Resistance level at 43.80, now at 43.82 and a half. That's up about 0.5%.
What's today's date? The 14th? She's at 635 now, Ephraim. All right, there we go. We just closed out of that Apple trade. Closed it out for a couple $1,000 profit. That was a really nice trade there. Great trade. Nice profits. We are out of that trade there. That's how easy that was, guys. Just following that trade plan. All right, let's see. Now we got a 35% gain on our Disney trade, guys. You know what? That one's expiring this week, so let's lock that puppy in.
More new 52-week highs here. Target.
What is Disney doing? Pulling back from the highs here? Let's wait till she gets it back up to that 186.
Data C, Delta Tango, Sandy. Sandy is the big winner here just after the open. The stock trading up more than 100%. Oxbridge, Reed, Oscar, X-Ray, Bravo, Romeo, shares up 35%. Allied Healthcare Products, Alpha Hotel, Papa, India, down 32%.
I think Disney's going to continue to climb here. I'm not going to sell it right there.
26%.
I'll wait for it to break back well above 186.
November shares up 24%. Those are your top 5 movers.
She's already up almost 1% for the day, so no question in my mind she's still going to get that climb.
SGOCO Group, Sandy Golf, Oscar, Charlie shares halted on a circuit breaker here. The stock halted up 34%. Sandy Golf, Oscar, Charlie. Red Cat, Romeo, Charlie, Alpha, Tango halted on a circuit breaker. The stock halted up from session lows, but still down about 3% for the session. Romeo Charlie Alpha Tango.
There goes Disney climbing off that 10.
Clover Healthcare, Charlie Lima Oscar Victor shares rebounding from just above the 880 level. The stock turning positive, now up 2%. Shares now over the $9 level. Charlie Lima Oscar Victor. Atosa Genetics, Alpha Tango Oscar Sandy shares over the $7 level at a new session high. The stock up 12% for the session. Alpha Tango Oscar Sandy.
Let's see, what is Microsoft doing here?
Allied Healthcare Products, Alpha Hotel Papa India shares halted on a circuit breaker at a new intraday high. The stock still down about 23% for the session, but well off of session lows. Alpha Hotel Papa India. Taoping Tango Alpha Oscar Papa shares marking a new session high at 437. The stock up about 11% here. Tango Alpha Oscar Papa. Roblox Romeo Bravo Lima X-ray shares falling about $1.50 following the open of trade. The stock now down 2%. 82.48 last trade in Roblox Romeo Bravo Lima X-ray.
Apple starting to get a climb here again too.
Red Cat Romeo Charlie Alpha Tango shares resume trade. The stock pulling back from a session high around 480. Romeo Charlie Alpha Tango. AMC Entertainment Alpha Mike Charlie shares at a new session low below the $37 level. The stock down 6% here. Alpha Mike Charlie. Charlie Echo rebounding off of the 36 here, but around a session low, the stock down 3% here. Sandy Papa Charlie Echo.
Apple's still climbing nicely there. I'm watching that on the other chart. Did you guys get out of that Disney trade? You sell it or you still in it?
SGOCO Group, Sandy Golf Oscar Charlie shares should be resuming in the next couple minutes here at 9:44 and 40 seconds a.m. Eastern Time. Sandy Golf Oscar Charlie. Allied Healthcare Products, Alpha Hotel Papa India.
Nice job, Sammy. I had an order in for 210, and I just missed my exit out of that one.
Alpha Hotel Papa India.
Oh, we'll see what it does here.
Boeing Bravo Alpha shares rebounding from a session low at 227.35.
Ford's getting a climb here, so just watching Ford for right now. Let's take a look at Ford.
Ticker Bravo Alpha.
Ford, it's starting to climb above that 10. Holding on to that. Oh, we took our profits on Apple there, Kurt. You take your profits on Apple? I mean, she's climbing again now, though. And look at that run on Apple. She's still getting a little climb here. Consolidating for a while since about, what, that 937 candle. Just has some strong consolidation there.
Moving Image Technologies, Mike India Tango Charlie shares rebounding off a pre-market low at 602. The stock briefly touching over the $7 level over just last.
There goes Apple starting to climb again.
About 5%. Mike India Tango Quebec.
I'm sure a lot of you guys got in that Disney trade too. You should have locked in those profits this morning of over 50%.
SGOC Group, Sandy Golf Oscar Charlie shares resume trade.
Guys, I think I'm going to get rid of that space trade.
Up 46% for the session, over $14.
First off, let me show you what we locked in so far today with that Apple trade. That Apple trade was a beauty. Here was today's realized gain today there, guys, on Apple. That was just on that Apple trade alone, so that was really nice. A $1,419 profit. I mean, we locked that in this morning first thing on that Apple trade. You know, that was a quick profit. That was just like an overnight trade. When did we get that trade? I think it was either on Friday or Monday we got that trade. But that's what I mean. You know, yesterday we were up what 20% on it. It pulled back from the highs. We ended up ended up closing the day on it yesterday. We were down. We were down quite a bit on that actually. We were down on that Apple trade probably about what 20% I'd say yesterday on the close. And then today we locked in a what 38% gain on that. Something like that, about a 38% gain. We ended up locking in a $1,419.67 gain. So, I mean, that was just incredible. So that's how we started the day. Now I'm just waiting on
CIT Group Charlie India Tango seeing a block trade in the issue about 825,000 shares at $48. The stock moving to a new session high. Following that block, shares are up nearly 2%. Charlie India Tango.
So now I'm just really waiting here on that next breakout. We're seeing Apple's getting another nice climb. Let's see, Microsoft's taking off nicely here, guys. You guys see Microsoft? There we go, almost near new highs of the day on MSFT. We got a 5% gain on the Microsoft trade. Looking pretty good here, guys. Not too bad. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to close out that space trade too there for the August 20th Expo.
Alibaba, Bravo Alpha shares marking a new intraday low here below the 214 and approaching the 213 level. The stock now below 213, still up 1.5% for the session. Bravo Alpha, Bravo Alpha.
All right, Efren, I'm out of the space trade at $1.26. I'm going to share that with you guys here in the trade room now.
Not expecting any U.S. data at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, but note that the Bank of Canada will be giving an interest rate decision at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The EIA will be giving its reading on crude oil inventories for last week.
Microsoft taking off there again nicely.
Bloomberg headline here, citing CNBC, that former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says he doesn't think inflation is transitory.
Mnuchin says he doesn't think inflation is transitory. That's politics for you there.
Trades in a couple of telco names here, AT&T, ticker T, and also Verizon.
Man, that space really dropped there. Karen, did you end up having covered calls on that?
AT&T and a 2.7 million share
Quantum, that's what it looks like for sure.
Those block trades going off in the same second.
Waiting now for Microsoft and Disney to turn green so we can lock in some of those profits. Apple pulled back from the highs there. Microsoft's still climbing, so I like that trade. I like that one a lot.
Halted at 11.26, up 36%. It's ticker Mike Delta India Alpha.
Oh, Karen, I feel bad for you there. There's a big pullback on those shares of space. You know, that's the one nice thing about shares, though. You know, those wait a few months, it's probably going to be right back over that level.
Halted on a circuit breaker, up 18%. Whiskey Hotel Lima Mike. Former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin saying he thinks that the Fed should trim its asset purchases immediately.
Goes Microsoft again. $6 gain on the Microsoft trade. We're up $1,000 on it today. 7% gain on Microsoft. She broke the highs of the day, so I think that's going to continue. Got to watch Apple over here, because if Apple starts breaking out again too, I might do a shorter term weekly trade on Apple. Josh got out of Disney. Josh, did you lock in a profit on Disney? What was your percentage gain on Disney? There we go. There goes Disney on the climb again. Let's see her take off here. Let's see. Disney DIS. There we go. Starting to cross above that 10. That'd be beautiful. So you get right back up to that 186.25 today. Another, what, $1.80 climb. Could definitely happen there. Let's see that nice
Bank of
climb here
Canada
on
futures
Disney. Let's see it break
opened
that
up
20.
in about 4 minutes at 10 a.m. Eastern time. A good ticker to watch on that release is the iShares MSCI.
There goes Apple again, guys. Apple's on the run. Thinking about doing a day trade on Apple. Disney's still climbing. There we go. We're back in the green on our Disney trade.
Alpha shares resume trade following a circuit breaker and continuing higher. The stock now up about 40.
There we go. We are green overall on Disney. Green overall now on Microsoft. Let's see this continue to climb. Disney still taking off nicely. There we go. Our climb's coming on Diz. 6% gain on Disney now again. Got a 6% gain on that Microsoft there as well. Apple's taking off. I'm watching that over to the right. Microsoft nearing the highs of the day, guys.
United Arab Emirates energy
Was just at the highs of the day 2 minutes ago.
No agreement reached yet with OPEC.
Disney trade up 8% now.
And deliberations are continuing. Crude oil trading down about 0.6% today, 74.82 per barrel last trade in crude oil. Wilhelmina Whiskey Hotel Lima Mike shares resume trade following a circuit breaker halt and continuing higher here. Whiskey Hotel Lima Mike.
Disney trade up 9%. Want to see it get back up to at least that 50%er. I mean, Disney's still up $1.20 for the day, up 0.65%. So, no reason why you shouldn't continue that climb. There goes Apple taking off there. Nice climb on Apple again. I might do a weekly trade on Apple here. Especially if job numbers are good tomorrow, we could see that climb nicely. I'm going to pick up a couple Apple calls for this week's expo. I'm just going to get 10 contracts of it. See if I could get it for $1.03. Small trade. There we go. I'm executed. I'm in 10 contracts of it. Let me post this in the group here. There we go, guys. We got a big gain already on our Apple trades that we just entered. 10% gain on that already. Microsoft's continuing to take off. Hold on one second. Give me 1 sec here. Just got a voicemail.
Hi, David. This is Tika giving you a call from Orlando Health and Express Scheduling Department. I was following up with you on the request for the PET scan. It was denied from the insurance, and I wasn't sure if the doctor's office had called you to let you know. The reason why they denied it is because you're currently going through chemotherapy was their reason for the denial. It does look like the insurance has mailed out a letter to you explaining their...
You little fuckers.
Thank you for calling Express Scheduling at Orlando Health. Your call may be monitored for quality assurance. Your call is very important to us. Please hold for the next available representative. At every stage of life. Good morning. Thank you for calling Orlando Health, the best hospital possible. This is Maury. May I help you?
Yeah, is there someone named Tika there?
It is, yes. I can see if she's available for you, so
Okay,
I can
great.
definitely help you. Do you know if she was calling you for scheduling, maybe?
Yeah, for a PET scan.
Okay, perfect. Let me see if she's off the phone, and I will send you right over to her.
Alpha shares resume trade.
Oh man, Microsoft's
She's
taking
on
off.
the phone. Let me see if there's something I can help you with. What is your name, sir?
Dave Santarelli.
On a circuit breaker.
Okay, thank you.
It's just, you know, if you could leave her this message for me, because I got to get back to work here.
Okay.
But if you just want to leave a message telling her that the insurance denied my PET scan because I'm going through chemotherapy, I'd like you to tell Blue Cross that I haven't been going through chemotherapy since April. So I don't know where they're getting their information from, but this is a time-sensitive scan I need done. So while their doctors there are deciding what scans I need and I don't, they need to get their information straight because I haven't been going through chemotherapy. So I need that approved now, or otherwise I'm going to pay for it myself, and then I'm going to go after Blue Cross there because I'm sick of how they play God and they decide who gets scans and whatnot. If my medical oncologist and medical radiologist tell me I need a scan, then that Blue Cross better give me that damn scan, you know, like, because they approve those doctors to treat me and to give treatments to me. And if they're saying I need that scan done, I need that scan done. And tell Blue Cross I haven't been going through chemo since April. So, you know, if you could please relax. I'm just upset because I've been waiting to get this damn scan done for a month so I can move on with my life and stop this mental, you know, shit that's going on in my mind.
I understand. We will reach out to your doctor's office. Your doctor actually called us about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. They're the ones that let us know that your authorization was denied. So they're the ones that need to call the insurance and give them all that information you just stated to me. They have to provide that to your insurance. So we will get on the phone with your doctor's office and relay the message to them.
Okay, yeah, could you please do that for me? I really appreciate it. I'm sorry taking this out on you. It's just this insurance company, you know, like, who the hell are they to decide what, yeah. Yeah, just tell them I haven't been on chemo for a while. They said they denied it because I'm on chemo. I'm done with chemo. I'm done with radiation. Now they just want to see if it metastasized or if I'm clear and in remission. So I really just,
no problem.
you know. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Fuckers. Guys, we got a 12% gain here on Microsoft. Still climbing nicely. I think I'm going to take profits on Microsoft once we get up to about 285, I think. Still breaking out nicely. I think we should see 285. Let's see. The Dow right now is up about 75 points. Nasdaq's up about 95. So still looking good. Plenty of time too. That Microsoft trade doesn't expire until July 30th. So I definitely think we're going to see that continue to climb over the days here. I'm just waiting for that Disney to take off so I could make some type of a profit here on that Disney trade, but it's still continuing to pull back a little bit. You guys heard what was going on there. You know, you know what I hate about insurance companies? My insurance premium is $786 a month, and then you got the $5,000 deductible, and then you have all your co-pays and everything. Well, when you're going to a oncologist and radiologist daily, that's like $80 a day right there. And then on top of that, I pay that $780 some for the insurance. And then this is what happens. They say, okay, this is the doctor we want you to go see. This is the oncologist we want you to go see. This is where we want you to get your tests done, right? So the insurance company plays God. They tell you everything, what you can, what you can't do. And then they say, you know, my doctor ordered a PET scan. They said, okay, we're done with chemo. We're done with radiation. And they said we need to order a PET scan and see if everything's good now at bay so we could finally release you into remission, right? So waiting for that scan. It's been about 2 weeks to get this final PET scan done. And, you know, at first that chicken Tika lady, whatever, Tika, whatever her name is, Tika at the imaging place, right? So she's there saying, okay, we got to call your insurance and get approval. So they called. They says, oh, yeah, we need to get approval. They're going to meet with their board, see if you need it. Because, like, a PET scan's like $10,000, and I already had a couple. So, you know, so they said, okay, we have to have a meeting with the doctors at Blue Cross here to see if it's medically necessary. So then they come back and say, okay, we need to do a peer-to-peer review with your doctor. And, you know, I guess they called my family doctor, and the family doctor said, I guess I was still going through chemo, which I'm not, you know, and they said, oh, since he's still going through chemo, we can't get that done now. So I'm like, man, these insurance companies think they play God. You know, I'm paying a premium to get my health taken care of, and, you know, if you delay my health, I'm going to go after them. There's no question about that. I don't let anyone screw around with me, and if they, you know, if they think they're going to tell me what I need done and what I don't need done, even though I'm going to the doctors they told me to go to, you know, it's one of those things that get my blood boiling. Anyway, we're back up 13% on Microsoft here. Let's take a look at that. It is horrible, Deanna. You know, like, who the hell does the insurance company think they are to have a meeting and talk about my scans and my tests I need done, and they haven't even met me. They're probably in some other state. You know, that's corporate greed right there. That's why I hate you know, playing insurance companies, you know? I'll get the last laugh with them, though. But anyway, I've been feeling great. Let's see, man, we got a nice gain on that Microsoft. I don't want to lock that in early, though, you know? But then again, I don't want to have another pullback like we had yesterday. But, I mean, she really is still climbing here, but... see what Apple's doing here. Apple's still holding that 20.
Notwithstanding my close friend Dave Powell, who I have a lot of admiration for, and I think he does your job as Fed chair, I respectfully disagree with him on his not being concerned. I think it's important for the Fed to make sure they get ahead of the curve so that we don't wind up at 4 or 5% interest rates, which would really slow down this recovery.
Let's see, Disney's starting to climb here, I think. Let's see what Disney's doing. I want to see it break that 184.75. There we go. Apple's getting a nice little pop again. Apple calls we just picked up are back in the green. There's some news here I'm looking for on Apple.
corporate travel, that's the real focus. It's been improving. It's expected to be down just 40 to 45% in the third quarter. Here's Bastian talking about the return of the business traveler.
People are still working from home. When we surveyed our customers as of last week, over 95% of them tell us that they will be open and back in their offices no later than the middle of this year. I think that's going to be the big part.
Let's see here.
That travel and business is someplace to go.
The other catalyst, international travel, and that's going to take longer to come back. Transatlantic is what Delta and so many of the airlines are focused on right now. While more people are flying here in the U.S., the EU and UK bookings are only slowly improving. That's because the U.S. is not allowing Europeans to come in. We can go over there, they just can't come back over here. And Bastian says that needs to change. The airlines are ready to accept European travelers. As you take a look at shares of
They say Apple's also working on an offering of buy now, pay later feature, rivaling Affirm and PayPal. It's good news for Apple. I want to see that Disney and Apple start to climb here.
Phil, really great stuff with Ed Bastian, our friend of ours. For more on the airlines and the travel recovery, let's get to Gordon Bethune, our friend, former Continental Airlines chairman and CEO of the CNBC contributor. Gordon, it's great to see you. Good morning.
Good. Nice to be here.
Ed Bastian said as well that the way volume has come back, at least on leisure, has been, quote, candidly overwhelming. Is that how you feel?
Ajax ticker Alpha Juliet Alpha X-ray. This is a low volume issue here. However, just seeing a 500,000 share block trade go off at 992. Before that block, the stock had traded just 4,000 shares of Ajax down 0.2% for the session. It's Alpha Juliet Alpha X-ray.
Business travel may be back to 60% of 2019.
I like how it's holding that 50 here. If it continues to hold that 50, starts to climb, I think we can hit that 149 again.
I really believe so. I think this is a really small.
On this little short, this small trade here, I got those 10 contracts of, I'd probably be targeting about 150 on that. If we could get to 150 today or tomorrow, I'll lock in those profits.
Do you see any signs that that's going to loosen up? And I guess, why do you think it's a one-way trade right now?
JP Morgan just got a market perform and price target raised to 141 by BMO Capital. I think we're going to continue breaking out, guys, especially after what Powell said this morning. Very optimistic for the next month or two here.
So now we're dealing with fleet management. We've seen some big orders from the likes of United.
Carnival Cruise Line, let's see, Quantum, CCL.
What's your view right now on how
On a 3-month daily, that's still in BDM there. Let's see, it's got its next support area probably right around 20, 22 bucks. And then further, you got 20 as well.
Concord Acquisition Corp, Charlie, November Delta, seeing a large block trade here. 500,000 shares at $10.50 per share. The stock up 0.25%. Charlie, November Delta. Wilhelmina Whiskey Hotel Lima Mike, shares halted on a circuit breaker. That's ticker Whiskey Hotel Lima Mike.
I think what surge has been up demand has an effect on some of the recent fares, but I think fares are kind of generally normal to where they were 2019, and the capacity will in fact manage that price level. So without dumping a lot of seats in the market, there's really no reason to decrease fares any further.
Lordstown Motor, ticker Romeo India Delta Echo, shares rebounding at a session low at 829 and spiking higher here on volume. Shares still down about 2.5% for the session. Romeo India Delta Echo.
Come on, Disney. Let's see, Microsoft. Apple's still holding that 50 right now. I mean, the Dow's up 109, Nasdaq's up about 85. So, you know, like I said yesterday, normal for intraday volatility.
Finally, Gordon, I got a question longer term about balance sheet management. I mean, the industry's changed now to an environment where you're going to want to hold more cash. I have to believe that it's going to be a high bar to rescue the industry again if there's another, God forbid, experience like we've been through last year. How's that going to change the way CEOs think about cash and debt?
I think they would probably still be that cash is king, but Harlan always has been and still is. I would suspect too that we've weathered this storm through the government's assistance. That the number of government
I mean, Apple's target was raised to 175, so I really think that momentum is going to continue.
cash is always going to be king, and
That's why I got that weekly. Should get something going into earnings as well.
You're definitely one of those.
Wait until the afternoon session to do that, though.
And benefit from your years of experience. We'll talk to you later.
Lordstown Motors, Romeo India Delta shares pulling back after a spike to a session high. The spike was to around the 867 level. Stock pulling back, now back under the 840 level. The stock down 4% for the session. Benzinga News Desk not seeing any news on Lordstown to justify that spike higher on volume. It's ticker Romeo India Delta Echo.
Where grocery stores have psychic powers, and sensors help doctors keep pace with patients. A place where people, devices, and things connect. Where that data creates insights and countless opportunities. All made possible by HPE's secure edge to cloud platform. That's not just built for today, but is helping build your tomorrow. This is much more than the center of innovation. This is the edge of it.
From roof to foundation, the damage to your home can be devastating from clogged gutters, leaking roofs, rotting wood and fascia, and flooded basements. Protect your entire home with Leak Filter, the nation's #1 rated gutter protection system. When some ladders go up, you can put yours down forever.
One of the things I like most is that I don't have to get back on the ladder.
Leak Filter starts by cleaning, sealing, and realigning your gutters. We then install our stainless steel micro mesh screen over your existing gutters, which keeps out all leaves and organic debris.
Trying other products is what made us finally go with Leaf Filters.
And Leaf Filter's lifetime transferable warranty makes it an extraordinary value.
Leaf Filters don't make my home more valuable, especially when I go to sell.
Call 833 Leaf Filter or go to getleaffilter.com for your free gutter inspection and estimate. Call or log on today and save 15%.
So, what's your plan for retirement?
See the world, see the grandkids, keep doing what you love. However you plan to retire, you need to be prepared. Do you have a financial plan? Do you have a tax strategy? How much of your portfolio can you afford to withdraw? Learn more about these and 96 other retirement topics coming your way in this free guide from Fisher Investments.
If your portfolio is over $500,000, call for Fisher's non-E-Plan retirement tips. Our free guide shows you how to make your retirement more secure, even in volatile times like these. Call 1-800-940-1144 to get access into retirement wellness for a world upended by uncertainty. Fisher's stock market outlook shows you where we believe this market is going and why. Get the insights you need right now. Call for your free guide. 1-800-940-1144.
Or just retire. Retire well. Shark Tank, tonight starting at 8 Eastern. CNBC, get yours. Strip it down. Invest like a pro. Access CNBC's live streams around the globe. Unparalleled access to CNBC experts. Actionable investor insight and ideas. Start your free trial today at cnbc.com/pro.
Quantum, yeah, I remember looking at that one. O shares. Dividends really good on that. Realty Income Corp.
Cannabis stocks quiet here. Bloomberg recently highlighting a comment from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer saying, quote, "It's time for a change on federal marijuana laws."
There you go. Schumer saying there should be a change on medical marijuana laws. Probably see Tilray get a pop on that. There goes Microsoft again. Let's see. Back up 5% on Microsoft. Want to see that Disney take off, man? What the hell is Disney doing here? I mean, she's slowly trending higher here. If you look at that trend line right here, I mean, we could draw. I'm gonna freehand it, but I'm not a good freehander, so just bear with me. You guys know what this is called, though. That's the more important one. You know what that's called? It's called the symmetrical triangle right there. So you buy puts if you get a red candle below here. This is called a symmetrical triangle. If you get a red candle below here, you buy puts or short the stock. If you get a green
EIA
candle,
crude oil data coming up in about 30
here.
seconds here. Expecting for the crude oil reading
You
a
buy
draw
shares.
of 4.359
buy
million
calls or
barrels.
shares. Okay, and this again is called a that's called a symmetrical triangle there.
Not yet seeing the EIA inventory data. It looks like the release may have been delayed. Crude oil quiet here.
Microsoft starting to climb again. There goes Apple again here as well. Now see, it's still holding within that triangle there, so you know you could be watching that for a while, but that's what you're looking for. You're waiting for that make or break above or below it. Microsoft's holding that 50 now. Let's see if we can get that further breakout here. There goes Microsoft. Nice little climb on Microsoft going. Up 7% now on that Microsoft trade. We're up $1,200 on it for the day. What time did we
Still not
close
seeing
that
crude
Apple
oil
trade?
data
Let me
from the
see.
EIA. Crude oil remaining quiet
We
here.
closed Apple at 9:31. So we closed Apple at 9:31. So we closed Apple right here. She started continue to go. I mean, she went all the way up to 149, but we closed around 148.50. Got up, pulled back, which was a nice exit. Got back up right to about where we sold, pulled back, broke that resistance, climbed, and now pulling back. So we did a nice exit on that Apple trade. Especially, I mean, we could have held on to it because it was a July 30th expo. But definitely one that was fine there to hold on to. Let's see, watching Microsoft over there, watching Apple. Just pretty slow day. You got one of those days where you just open, you have your open, you climb or you drop the first few minutes of the day, and then you're just flat. And as you can see with Apple, you've been flat since about 9:40. And that's the case with most of these stocks right now. Since about 9:40 to 10 o'clock, things have been pretty slow. There goes Apple. Let's see Apple starting to climb there a bit. There goes Microsoft here too. I still got about $1,300 left in that BIDU trade for the August 20th. Down 77% on that. Just closed out a bunch of nice profits there. I'm debating if I want to hold on to BIDU or not. I think I'll give it to the end of this week here.
Crude oil is ticking lower here, back below the 74.80 per barrel level. Still not seeing that inventory data for last week out of the EIA. The data point is usually out right at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays.
But we actually did an analysis that shows that Apple's stock actually looks better in years when there's not a big cloud crop. In other words, when those expectations, David, are low, the stock does better. And we think that the iPhone is still going to be a driving force behind this, and there will be some companies.
You know what, Stu? Maybe we'll look for one today in the afternoon session, or that might be a good idea. Looking for a trade challenge trade. I got the trade challenge trade on the iMac here, so the main account's on the big
Sources
multi-monitors.
on social media, on Twitter, also indicating a delay in the EIA figures.
So what was I just saying there? That was way too loud there. I got distracted. But yeah, I use the iMac over here for the trade challenge account. That's a small, $2,500 account we started with for the trade challenge, and then I use the big setup here for the main account. There goes Apple again, guys. Big breakout on Apple. We got Microsoft taking off here. We got Disney starting to climb. There we go. Another nice candle on Apple there. Love to see Apple get to 150 today. If we get to 150 today, I'll take those profits in on Apple. We should have a nice profit on that by then. Guys, you know what I think I'm going to teach you today is something very different. I'm going to teach you a new strategy, okay? So you guys know how we bought those Apple July 16th 149 strike calls today? There goes Apple again. One of you guys respond though. Who got the Apple July 16th 149 call today that we just picked up? Okay, James said me. Sammy said me. All right, guys. So this is what I'm going to teach you how to do now. So I haven't done this strategy in a while because I've had a lot going on, but I want to start doing this now that all my treatments are over. Everything's going well here. Let's go over this. So let's take a look at that Apple. So we picked up that Apple 149 call. We paid, let me see. I'm just going to set it up here just like we got it. We got that 149 call, and we picked that up for $1.03 we got filled for, right? So $1.03. So now I want you guys to look at this. This is what's really important here. So if you take a look, we had the 149 call, and we paid $1.03 for it for July 16th Expo. Okay, these are all the major points of the contract here. How many contracts, and the type, expiration, strike, price. Okay, so now listen to this. So what we're going to be doing here is we paid $1.03 for that 149. That 150 right now is going for 61 by 62. So if Apple continues to climb, if it gets up to $150 a share, let's say by the end of today, right? So if Apple gets up to $150 per share, well, guess what? Then that 150 strike will probably be worth about $1.50, or maybe even or $2. Okay, so so that's how we could look at the delta and exactly see what that would be up to. So now what I want you to see here is watch this. Okay, so I'm going to right click, columns, and come down here. I'm going to add delta. I'm going to click add. Okay. Now we have the delta on that 150 strike of 0.331, right? 0.332 now. 0.332. Multiply that. So if we get up to 150, the difference between 150 and 148.69 is what? $1.30.31, right? So $1.31, multiply that by our delta. That means this would increase by about 44 cents. So if this increases by 44 cents, 65.44 plus 0.65, that means we could sell this 150 strike for $1.09. If we paid $1.03 for the 149 and then we get that climb up to 150, we could sell to open that 150 strike, you know, for 65 cents and then bring in $650. And guess what? Since we paid 103 for that 149 strike, and then if Apple continues to climb here like it is right now, and if Apple continues to climb, gets to 150 today, we could sell to open that 150 for $1.09. Now $1.10 we could sell it for. That means no matter what, if Apple went down to $0 per share, you're still gonna make out money on that trade. That means you have a 0% chance of losing on that trade because you ended up turning that debit vertical spread into, well, you ended up turning the call into a credit spread, basically. You bought that 149, you waited for the stock to climb. Now you can sell someone those rights to 150 higher than you paid for that 149. So think of it as just buying a house for $100,000 and then selling it, selling it to someone for $120,000. You know, you're making that difference, and you can't lose that. So that's the nice thing about if Apple continues to climb there. You could look at selling that 150 strike for, $1.10 a contract, and you can not lose on that trade, but you can make some massive, massive profits on that. So that's a really nice strategy that we could be looking at there. But Apple is continuing to climb here. It's looking pretty good. Let's see, what do we got Microsoft doing? Take a look at Apple. Apple's almost in the green now. There goes Apple continuing to run. So that's a neat little strategy. There we go, guys. Our Apple trade's now in the green overall. Want to see that continue to run. We get up to that 150 today. I'm telling you, that's going to have, a nice. So let's see. We could actually calculate that too. If we get up to that 150 on Apple, what is that going to be worth? So that way you can mentally prepare yourself to what's going on there. So that 149 strike, right? If we put on here columns, we bring this down, we add our delta. Let's add that. There's not going to be any theta. Expires today. That 149 strike has a delta of 0.466. 0.469 now. 0.469. Multiply that by, what's the difference from 150 to 189.90? Now that's 1.468. 0.468. Multiply that by $1.90. Multiply that by 1.92. So that means this is going to increase by 90 cents. So if that 149 increases by 90 cents and it's worth $1.10 right now, well, guess what? That means it's going to be worth $2. So if this is worth $2 by the end of today, if Apple gets, it's at 149 now, we're already up 10% on those Apple calls. So if that gets up to 150, we're going to be looking at almost a 100% gain. So 90 cents, 0.9 plus what it was currently going for there was $1.10. That brings us up to $2. We paid $1.03, so 2 divide that by 2.03. That'll leave us with a 99% return. I'm not going to close it out for 99% return because my OCD will be nuts. So it's got to be 100% gain. But we're up 13% on that trade right now. She's at 149.06. If that gets up to 150 today, you're going to see a 100% return on that trade. Just simply by calculating your Greeks of the option chain here, your delta, compared to the strike price that you have. So that's still climbing there. We got a nice gain on that. I'm watching Microsoft over here too. Microsoft's taking off nicely. We got an 8% gain overall on Microsoft today. That is looking pretty good. There we go. Apple taking a nice climb there. Another nice run on Apple. We're up 14% on Apple. Microsoft still on the climb. Apple climbing. We're looking good here, guys. Looking good. There goes Apple again. Apple's having another nice climb. 14% gain on Apple. Man, Square's having another nice day. Skyjack, are you in that Square trade still? There goes Microsoft again. Nice climb there on Microsoft.
a couple of Benzinga programming notes here on Benzinga's YouTube channel today. A couple notable interviews. Next Gen Acquisition, ticker November Golf Alpha Charlie, the company's SPAC merger partner, XOS, the co-founder and CEO, will be interviewing at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, that ticker is November Golf Alpha
There
Charlie.
we go, baby.
And then at
Microsoft. There goes
12:10
Apple
p.m.
too.
Eastern Time on Benzinga's Power Hour
15% gain
show,
on Apple, guys.
Quipt
Look
Home
at,
Medical.
There's Microsoft there. Now take a look at Apple.
Its ticker Quebec India Papa Tango.
Nice.
The
More
CEO
new
will
highs
be
of the day
interviewing
on
at
Apple.
12:10 p.m. Eastern
Man, we
Time.
are having a great
Quebec
day.
India Papa
Microsoft
Tango.
trades up 10%, and the Apple trades up 16% now. Come on, Apple. Get up to that 150 today. You guys notice your option chains. You see the drop in the option prices quicker than you see the Apple candle dropping on the chart. I noticed that. It's like the candle on the chart there's a delayed reaction, but when you're looking at your positions, if you're got the pro platform here, that adjusts down quicker, so that red candle's coming then on Apple about 20 seconds before it happens. Maybe not 20 seconds, maybe 10 seconds.
Finally, for all the SPAC skeptics who watch us every day, and as someone who's been through the SPAC tunnel from beginning to end, can you talk about the pushback you got during that process, and whether or not now there's an effort to prove that it can work?
Skyjack, you've been holding that PayPal targeting that 310, haven't you? You've been disciplined with that. There we go. There goes Apple again.
We talked to a lot. And Kenny, congrats. It's great having you. It's great having you on set. It's great seeing you again. Yeah, it's great seeing you too, and keep doing what you're doing here. It's always exciting TV for me. Kenny Victor. Kenny, thanks a lot.
There goes Apple having another breakout. Let's see if it can break that resistance from that candle right here at 1048.
One of the biggest buy now, pay later players. It's partnered with names like IKEA, Peloton, H&M, and more. That's coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Be right back. Don't go away.
Digital currencies are reshaping the investment landscape, and so are we. As the world's first and largest digital currency asset manager, Grayscale is the investment partner of choice for individuals and institutions. Go digital. Go Grayscale.
Apple new highs of the day, guys. 17% gain on that Apple trade now. 149.17, now up 18%. So that's what I mean. That 15-cent climb since we got in there, we're already up 20% now. So you get up to that 150, we should have about 100% gain. That's where I'm going to be looking to take profits.
So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage. That's been pretty good. USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There we go, 19% gain.
Stop the insanity. Cortisone 10 maximum strength itch relief without a prescription. Goodbye itch. Cortisone 10.
Attention. Former Amazon Studios head. On the latest media mega mergers, Emmy nominations, and the best position spot in streaming. Tech Check 11 Eastern. Watch or listen live on the CNBC app.
Even USAA renters insurance for stuff you love. Because if it's worth getting up 5 floors, it's worth protecting. First quote is 33 cents a day. It's that simple. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
I only made that $1,000 trade on Apple, and I'm already up $170 on it.
Bravo Charlie just
190 now.
block trades and issue both for 500,000 shares at $50 per share. The stock up a 0.5% today. Alpha Mike, Bravo Charlie.
There we go, up 200 bucks on it now. That's what I mean. It's only up 149.16, 149.17 now. And now we got a $210 gain on it. You know, so I mean, you know, every 10 cent you're seeing her climb, she's climbing by another $100. So, you know, once we get up to that 150, we should have about another $300 profit on top of our 200. So if you have 10 contracts that you paid $1,000 for, you should be looking at about a $500 profit by the time we get to 149.50. Let's see, Josh says, would it be a good idea to also buy expos that far out? What? I'm not sure in what context you were talking about that.
Prognostications about and/or promises that we will be neutral by this period of time. Well, Leslie, it's going to be interesting. And then some companies are putting up
Josh, the shorter term expos we're doing, we're just looking for quick, you know, 20 to 50% gains, and then we want to lock in those profits. Those short-term trades that are a week or less than till expo, those are those quick swing trades or day trades that you're just looking for that quick 20 to 60% gains, you know, and then you're out of that trade. That's why I said Apple, I just want to target 150 on that, and I'll lock it in. It's nice when a $1,000 trade can make you a quick $1,000. So it's just giving it time, you know, and that's why you just sit here and you're watching the charts and waiting for that trade plan to give you that, either that entry or that exit, and letting you know if it's consolidating, if it's breaking resistance, dropping below support here, you know. So that's why you got to be here and watch it, you know. But the nice thing is, if you're not a member, you know, obviously then you could just wait for the alerts from our app. You know, you guys could download our app. You could go for it, look for it on your app store. Search for it, Breaking Chart Alerts, download it. Anytime we hear breaking news, we're going to send it to you. You're going to hear it from us before you hear it from any news station. And I can promise you that. And then the trade alerts. If you guys are members and you get that app alert, you know, hey, check out the website or check your email for that trade alert. And what's nice about that trade alert is we put in there exactly what the target is, what the stop is, you know, what the catalyst is. Let me see if I can bring one up here and show you guys this. Here you go. For example, here was the Apple trade that was just sent out. So when you get that app alert, you guys could either go into your email and check out what it is here. You guys could obviously see here. This is the email that you're going to get. It's going to say it's official trade, or if it's a trade challenge trade, it'll say trade challenge trade. But it's official regular trade. It's a spec trade, meaning it's a higher risk trade there. We picked up this week's expo. That's why it's a higher risk trade, okay? Because we're going with a shorter term expo. So theta is going to eat away at that option premium really quick, you know, being that it's got less than a week until expo, less than 5 days until expo, you know, 2 days till expo right now. So that's what's really amazing here. You're going to get that email. It'll tell you the buy price, what we paid for it, and then when we sell it, you'll see the selling price there. Our target, 150 to 155. Stop 143 or 50% max stop loss on any trade.
Apple
if you guys
Alpha
know the
Papa
trade
Lima
plan,
shares
you know
marking
how
a new
that works.
intraday high at
The closing price,
149.30.
break even at
That's up 2.5%.
150.03. You know, but like I said, if we calculate using our Greeks there, you'll see if we get to 150 today. You know, and there we go. We're up 21% on that now. We're up $220
EIA crude oil
on
inventory
that
data
trade,
expected
trade
out
already.
in less than 30
So that's
seconds here.
continuing to
Crude
climb.
oil
So
trading
where
down
do we have a
0.6%
gain
at 74.77 per
152.09.
barrel.
You know,
ahead
here
of
was the
that data point.
catalyst 1020 SMA crossover, the MACD crossover, currently in breakout momentum phase per our trade plan. And then we show a picture of the chart there. And then, you know, usually what we're going to start doing now, we'll show our entry thing that I send out from E-Trade there, and you guys will be able to check that out there as well. And then we could share that closing chart there too. But there we go. Apple's still breaking out. We're up 26% now on the Apple trade. We got a $270 gain on that. So like I was saying before, remember we paid for that 149 call. We paid $1.03. That's at $1.28 now.
Microsoft,
Now this
Mike Sandy,
150
Foxtrot
strikes at
Tango
83
coming out with a
cents.
press release
So
with
if Apple gets up to
highlights
about
from
150,
its
we
unveiling
might see
of
this
Windows
$1.50
365
strike at about
whiskey,
$1. So then
Mike
if we sell
Sandy,
that to
Foxtrot
open
Tango.
that, we're going to collect $1,000. So remember, we paid $1,000 for that trade. So if we sell to open the 150 strike for $1,000, that means we literally paid nothing for that trade. So there's no risk, nothing we could lose. And now what's your max gain on that? Well, your max gain is going to be, number one, is the difference between that two strikes. So 149 to 150. That's $1.
Well-built
If you have
whiskey
10
Bravo
contracts,
Tango company
that's
announcing
$1,000. So that's going to be your
merger
max
with
net
Ali
gain on that
Group.
trade. If you sell to
Well-built
open that
shareholders
150
will receive
strike
$24
for
per share in
$1.03.
cash. Whiskey
So if you
Bravo
sell to
Tango.
open that 150 strike for $1.03, that means you got all your money back from that first trade that you bought, that 149 strike for. Now you have no risk on the table. You have no money
Reminder
at the
that
table.
shares
Now you're
of
just
well-built
using the
whiskey
house's
Bravo
money.
Tango
So
were
now you
halted
can
ahead
do
of that
that,
news.
and then your max gain is the difference between those two strikes.
Still
so
not
from
seeing that
149
EIA
to
crude oil
150,
data
that's
from
$1.
the EIA.
So if you have one contract,
The
then
release
yeah,
was
your max
expected to
gain
be
is going
around
to be $100.
11 a.m. and
So if you
still
bought
not
one
seeing
contract
the
before
data.
and you paid $103 for it, well, if you sell that 150 for $103, you're going to get back that $103 for selling to open that 150 strike, and then your max gain is going to be the difference between 149 to 150, which is $1. But remember, there's 100 shares per contract, so that $1 times 100 is 100. So not only
Crude
did
oil
you make
largely
a no-risk
unaffected
trade,
here,
but you're also going to receive
74.71
$100
per barrel last trade.
you know,
in
as long as
crude
the stock's
oil
above
that is
150
down
a share.
about a 0.75%.
So that's really nice about that. Guys, we got a 31% gain now. We got a $320 profit on those 10 contracts that we sent out before on Apple. So really nice profits there. I'm watching Microsoft here too, guys. Microsoft is breaking out beautifully. Microsoft. 283.50 she's getting up to. That's going to be, remember, that's going to be resistance from this morning at that freaking 1004 candle. So, you know, that's going to be important to watch. So if you're sitting here like I am, let's see, you guys on YouTube can't see me, but if you guys see me here, oh, let me get that other webcam here. Yeah, if you guys see me on there, I'm just watching here because, you know, if you guys see this candle right here at that 1005 and that 1004 candle, I'm waiting to see if Microsoft, see how it just got up to that 283.51 here, and then it pulled back. So I want to know, is this area right here, is this going to act as resistance? Is that going to act as resistance at that 283.50? Now, if not, if we could get a green candle above that, I still think we could see Microsoft at that 285 by the end of today. There we go. We got a nice climb there on Microsoft. Let's clear that out to see if we could get that climb coming that we're looking for here. Let's see if we can break that resistance and get that candle with that body above that resistance from that 1004 and 1005 candle. 22% gain on Apple, and we got a 10% gain on Microsoft for the day. There we go. We got another run coming in on Apple and Microsoft. NASDAQ's up about 70 points. Dow's up about 30. There goes Microsoft and Apple again. Let's see if that continues that break higher. Like I said, that Apple gets up to that 150 today. We should got about a 100% gain on that Apple 149 call. Or close to it, at least 90%. There we go. There goes Apple again. Back up 30% on that Apple call. That's what I'm usually just doing here, guys. Just sitting, watching these charts here, watching to see when we're breaking through those resistance areas and when we're having those climbs that we could be actively making some day trades on. I think that perfect one on Apple, you know, that's a small trade, $1,000. You're already up $310 on that trade. You know, just think, if you just wait for the right opportunity each day to do that, you know, that's what, $1,500? Right? 5 times 300. It's $1,500 a week. But you just got to sit here, be patient, and be disciplined, or you could join our service and get those alerts sent for you exactly when we make the trade and when we exit. Yeah, we got a lot of great traders in the trade room. Bill Davis has been with us on and off here for about past 4 years. We got a lot of people in the trade room that's been with us. There goes Apple. Let's see. Come on, Apple. Break that 10 again. Microsoft's climbing off that 283.
It's actually building a very clean pattern, and surprisingly, on these last new highs, it has not been.
I'm upset with Disney today. We had a nice gain on Disney, then it pulled back.
That these big cap techs
Disney's down about 11 cents for the day.
new highs, and they all have upside risk. I totally acknowledge that. But if they cannot sustain these new highs,
Dow's only up 18 points now, so it's nice to see Apple still continuing to climb, Microsoft still continuing to climb, as you're seeing that market retrace and pull back here a little bit. So as I'm watching the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P up here on this top screen right here, you know, I'm watching and seeing, okay, are my stocks, my Apple, my Microsoft, my Disney, are these trades here, are they still looking okay? You know, even though the general market's pulling back, and the answer is yeah. You know, right now, Apple's still showing strength near the highs of the day, 24 cents off the highs of the day. Microsoft's only a few, 50 cents, 60 cents off the highs of the day.
that their trading models no longer work. You just mentioned the valuation on a price to sales basis. Tech is now over 7, which is higher than 2000. The S&P is over 3.2, which the general trend is in the 1.5 to 2.0.
And we're actually well after 11. So we're in the lunch hour and we're still continuing to climb. So that's great to see, guys. That's really good to see. So I guess that's where we're going to end this morning's session. I hope everyone had a great day, and nice job on these profits today. They're looking pretty good, up about $1,300 on Microsoft, you know, up $200 on the Apple trade we just made, and that's continuing to climb and look good. So I will see you guys in the afternoon trade session. If you guys want to come join us, you guys could go to breakingchartalerts.com. You guys could go to the Join Now membership pricing plans. Any questions, shoot us a message down here on Facebook. We have the monthly membership levels and then the yearly. If you guys want to take advantage of the yearly, we have got a promo code for that. Promo code CHALLENGE. It takes, 30% off or something like that. 30 or 35% off. Brings it down to $17.50. You guys can see our features, what we do, what the members involve, what the memberships involve. And then once we're off this morning live stream, we're live in the trade room for now. And then we go live in the afternoon, which you guys could click on right here for the live morning trading session on Zoom. And right here for the live trading session in the afternoon at between 2:30 and 3 on Zoom right here till the end of the day. And then all of our trades you guys can check out here. All of our video archives, we got about 30 videos up here from A to Z. You guys could click here, little lessons on indicators and everything, and then here's our trade challenge trades. So come join us, guys. Hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you guys in the afternoon. Take care, guys.